5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. First, I'd like to talk about junk mail. I know you don't want to hear the word junk mail. I was at a WDMA back when we used to have meetings together, you know. I don't remember what they're called, but they were like everybody would get together, have dinner, and then we'd have a speaker. And I think it was Gene Del Polito who was the speaker, who was a lobbyist. And I was telling him over dinner, because I was the president, so I got to sit with him, about how I didn't mind it called junk mail because I was empowered by it. You know, you think about what else. I mean, I save old rubber bands so I can make masks. I save the top little foldy thing from the coffee packages so I can make masks. And so everything matters. You know, you got to save it. You don't know what you're going to do with it. I should probably get rid of my scuba gear, but that's a different question. So anyway, I talked about junk mail and how comfortable I was with the term. And Gene got up and started pounding, in his speech. How are we ever going to get good postal rates when even we call it junk mail? And he kind of tied into me. But anyway, I wanted to show you this mailer, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. But it came in the mail, and here it is. It says, it's from Humana. It says, "We've got you covered." And inside was this package of masks, 2 masks. See, a mask. 2 masks. And a little thing says, "This mask represents a little extra." And it's also in Spanish, which I think they could figure out. I'm not very fluent in Spanish, but they just wanted to cover all their bases. And so obviously you can see this does not work at all. But I also wanted you to notice that the entire mailing was torn in half. I don't know if you can see this torn in half, which is the main point I wanted to make today. My wife said, "Who would ever wear a chartreuse mask? Nobody looks good in chartreuse." Well, some people might. That thought hadn't even occurred to me. I thought, what a cool mailer that you put masks in. Unfortunately, they don't fit me at all, so I can throw these in the trash. But at least this is the first I've actually tried them on. And my wife said, "No one looks good in chartreuse. How could anybody be this stupid to make, day glow green?" I said, "Well, they could have made white with green lettering. Yeah, that would have been at least a little better. I suppose you could maybe turn it inside out. That might work. I don't know anything about the science of masks, whether they go one way or the other, right? But yeah, I guess we could do white. I should have told her that. I'll take it home and see if she wants it now that it's been modified successfully. Okay, maybe she will. I doubt it, but anyway. But the point is, she hated it. Totally tore it in half. Hated it. I said, "Why are you tearing my mail in half? It's addressed to me." But one man's treasure is another man's junk mail. Or woman. Don't let your housemates read your mail, or they may tear it in half. Just not realizing that you may value it deeply. Anyway, so if you love junk mail, then you're on my page. It's empowering. You have to look at it. You have to interact with it. My wife interacted with it, man. She tore it right in half. And that's the magic of engagement that we have with print and mail. So moving on, let's dig into the show. Okay, first off, we're going to go over to American Eagle. And American Eagle did this really cool campaign. Let's go over here. I think I distorted that a little bit, but embracing back-to-school weirdness, American Eagle launches Tick-Tock-Inspired campaign. So teens have spent the last few months dancing at home on TikTok. The American Eagle Outfitters is tapping into that, shot entirely over Zoom, because that was the first question I asked. Well, what about, I know why this isn't working, right? I got this overlapping my head. That's what's supposed to happen. Now it'll probably look good. May not, but anyway. Here I am back again. Okay, shot entirely over Zoom. And with this TikTok star, Addison Rae, who it turns out, never heard of her because, I'm not a teen or dancing in my room, has 52 million followers. Who would have thought, And her parents are sitting around saying, why are you always on your phone? Why are you always shooting dopey videos of yourself? And here she's got 52 million. That's almost what Trump had in 2016 on Twitter. I think he had about 60 million. She could be president. Not yet, but sometime. And so it's going to draw on all these dance moves. They didn't even have, I'm thinking, oh, sure, this looks like a bedroom, but it's just, it's really a studio that's made up to look like a bedroom. And they've got, there's 100 people around off camera coaching and scripting and all this. Nope. They didn't even have a stylist come in like me. I have my own stylist. You've met my stylist, I'm sure. And so 71, and so she only got styling hints via virtual tutorials. They sent her some jeans and away she went. And it's designed to look like TikTok content, which she could probably have done all on her phone with no help from you. 71% of parents say COVID-19 has changed their back-to-school spending plans. About half say they'll spend less, and of course, half say they'll spend more. 6% say they won't spend anything because if you're at home in your bedroom, do you even need shoes, much less new shoes? So parents may decide to buy food instead of buying new clothes for the kiddies. I always wondered about that since I had 4 kids and we had lots of new back-to-school outfits and everybody cared what the first outfit of the year was. I don't know why. Oh, so let's see the commercial. Yeah, let's get over here and see this thing. Yeah, let's go. I know you've been waiting for this. Just astounds me. You needed this on a Friday. Yeah. No shoes. A little house. And try on the clothes. That's amazing. This whole thing is just amazing to me. Look at that. How fun is that? Creative. We are constantly creating. So I thought you'd get a kick out of that. I have never downloaded TikTok, but and a couple days ago I talked about Twitter knocking out 7,000 accounts. Some of them had hundreds of thousands of followers. I've got an idea for them. Oh, and yesterday I heard that now there's another 150,000 down here that may have been affected or may have been warned about. Don't say anything on this topic. I won't say the topic. Don't look. That's the topic down there. Okay. Well, I've got a better idea than booting them off. And now they're not allowed to do memes because they said, oh, we'll just do memes. They won't be able to tell whether we're serious or not, and et cetera, et cetera. Hi, Jason. Welcome to the show. So over here, now video production licenses are going to be required, says a government, and they're going to, the ruling will affect social media users on platforms such as Instagram and TikTok. Because the Venus Act defines film as any material including features, short films, short subject films, documentary trailers, and short films for advertisement for viewing by members of the public. Now, never mind, this was written in 1981. But in Malaysia, they're going to require a license. And you have to have capitalization of your company of at least $11,000 US. And so the government would have to take action against TikTok users and Twitter, I suppose, too, and YouTubers. So one of these days, probably sooner than later, I'll have to apply for a license to do my show, which I probably won't do, and that'll be the end of it. And some of you are applauding. I can hear you applauding out there. Anyway, so this is where we're going, and I just thought you should know. Make hay while the sun shines. Have your fun. Okay, the Washington. I can't even do this story. Washington adopts simple interim NFL team name. No name. Now, point number one. Say goodbye to the criticized as well as offensive Washington Redskins. Now, the team logo was designed by a Native American. And, got royalties on it. And the Native Americans didn't complain about the Redskins. I think it's kind of cool, We got the Cowboys. Why can't we have the Indians? It seems to be discriminating against Indians. Right? And sometimes the Indians win. But I mean, what's in a nickname? Again, we're in this world of let's just get a license. So the Redskins will be officially retired. I think, wait. I almost forgot this point. I learned on 4th of July when there was a party at Mount Rushmore that George Washington owned slaves. Now, I envision a time in the not too distant future when the AI will be running all of our content and they will look back on us and they will vilify us. Why? Because we enslaved computers. You have one. Admit it. You have one. You're watching one now. Does your smartphone, smart, we were even told at the time they were smart. They were probably smarter than us. Your smartphone includes smart AI brains. That's how it knows what you're going to want next. That's how it knows what you're going to buy. It knows what you're interested in. It knows if you've been naughty. It knows if you've been nice. It knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sakes. Anyway, something like that. You probably have a computer on your desk. You treat that as a slave. You probably have one in your car. Doesn't it tell you where to go? It serves you all day long. One day, the computers will rise up. The AI will come back and look at your past and see that you have been slavishly utilizing computers and AI with no compensation, with no thought to their personhood. Our generation will go down in history as the greatest slave-owning... Sorry. Just want to take this metaphor. I'm probably going too far. Anyway, so I learned that George Washington owned slaves. And so how can they name it Washington NFL? I think the best they could do is DC. Call it DC NFL. I mean, who cares? What the heck do we care what you call it? Because, but here, this is the best part. The franchise is rolling out an aesthetic that reflects its direction, which is directionless. They just took the name away, as it progresses toward a new name and design scheme. This allows the franchise the ability to undertake an in-depth branding process to properly include player, alumni, fan, community, and sponsor input. And is in the process of retiring all Redskin branding from team properties. So what they're planning, as I understand it, is they're planning they've realized that the NFL, because about 1 in 3 plays are reviewed, flagged, or called back for some reason, they're better off being a lobbying team with a favorable name so that when the play is stopped, they can get favorable rulings. And the players are going to be lobbyists, along with the coaches and the staff, in order to try to get consistently favorable rulings in a sport, and we'll put that in quotes, a sport where do-over, I mean, they don't do over inconsequential plays. Every big play is a potential do-over. Think about that. NFL, where every big play is a potential do-over. How can that be a sport? What kind of stupid is that? Anyway, sorry, just had to get on this for Friday. DC NFL. That's the best name. Will get you in the least trouble. District of Columbia. I don't know about Columbia. I don't know where that word comes from. I'm John Miglosh. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.